Hey everybody, it's Dee Dee with Take Three. I'm here with Rob Margolies
You got it.
uh, from the movie Immortal. So I know that Immortal it's like four different short films,
Mhm.
and you directed Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I have to say that that was my favorite one of the
Oh,
four.
thank you.
So tell me what it was like to direct Chelsea.
Chelsea was it's funny how it was the one that was like a leftover. It kind of like each director for each chapter sort of picked their own chapter, and each one sort of gravitated towards the one that they chose. And there was no struggle or fight or anything about it. And so I gravitated towards Chelsea. No one questioned it. Around the same time as everyone gravitated towards their own one of the four, and it was just great. Dillon Baker was my first choice. I went right to him, and we got like really lucky. He really responded to it, and we filmed. Chelsea was the last chapter that we shot of the four. Actually, it was shot many months after the other three, which were kind of like back to back. Just because Chelsea was in New Jersey and the rest of them were in Los Angeles. And having Tony Todd attached and all the other chapters attached and basically completed before making Chelsea made it a much easier process. People were a lot more excited and everything else. So yeah, we got Dillon attached, which was really exciting. And then we had an audition for the role of Chelsea, and Lindsay she beat out like over 100 other women, and she was one of the first people that came in as well. And I knew right off the bat that she was the one. She was very hard to beat, and just natural and really persuasive, and a complete natural. And then we shot actually in my actual high school. So that was the high school of my hometown, which is like one of the main reasons why we ended up shooting in New Jersey, just because I knew I had that location. And it's a beautiful, awesome location. Came with the track and field attached to the school. So really even though it's some of the most complex locations in the entire movie, it wasn't necessarily like the most expensive locations, even though maybe some of the locations look the most expensive per se. Filmmaking is kind of crazy like that, where you can't really predict it. And then I got a lot of great support from the town, as well as a lot of actors from a bunch of actors groups who came in were the students in the classroom, and and I had a very small crew of 7 people. We did not use one light in Chelsea, or really in any of the chapters. Everything was source and natural lighting. 12-day shoot. Each chapter was 3 days each.
Wait,
Yeah.
you shot all of Chelsea in 3 days?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, really 2.5 days, because one of the days we were rained out. We were shooting outdoors, and we were rained out for half of the day. So really 2.5 days, if you want to break it down to the brass tacks. But yeah.
Oh, so Dillon was so good.
Yeah.
What was it like directing him?
Like I said, he was my first choice, so I really didn't have to direct him. He was such a pro and such a natural that from the moment that I met him, such an honest. Well, obviously he's a great actor. We already knew that going in, but then he just became just a friend, right off the bat. A wonderful, really nice, easy to work with person. And I spoke to him on the phone a couple of times before shooting, but there was no real rehearsal. But on the phone, just his notes and ideas for the character were just on par with what I was thinking, but it added an extra layer to it, to the point where I really did not have to direct him at all, except for telling him my ideas on blocking and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what was it about Lindsay that drew you to her? And how was she like to direct?
She, again, super easy to direct. She completely got it. She's she was a professional soccer player before becoming an actress. So she has tons of experience with she's an athlete, a lot of experience with running track and field. So the character was she was prom queen. So she's no stranger to being the pretty girl in the class. She's also the most athletic girl in the class. So she just embodied it. And in her audition, her tears were just like, completely natural. And like the scene that we had her read for, which required natural tears from a woman, sorry. And you'd be surprised just how many like young ladies and women are just unable to cry when it's like certainly part of what the script decides for the role entail.
Right. So
Just,
when you guys were shooting out in the woods, when it was just Dillon and Lindsay, what was that like?
Without giving anything like away per se, it was great. Like our biggest challenge was, of course, we had 2 days for like the outdoor stuff, and like we got rained out for like half of it. So that was kind of like a bummer in a sense. There's some more shots that I would have liked to have gotten, but it works fine without it. But the woods that we were in were so tick infested that we had to like literally spot check each other every like 10 minutes. Cause like literally like, I got home that night and I had like 7 ticks in me that like, my dad helped me like tweezer out. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. It was nuts. Like I wasn't the only one. Like luckily no one got Lyme disease, but I would say that more than 60% of everyone had something on them. Yeah.
Oh, so that goes to my question. Were there any challenges on set? I guess there were.
Yeah, just like the half a day rain and the ticks. That's about it. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I have to say that without giving it away, because I don't give stuff away in my reviews either.
Thank you.
Kelsey was definitely my favorite one. And I have to say, any ideas or possibilities of making it into a feature and continuing that story between the two of them?
Absolutely. I have tons of ideas for it. It played at like a Series Fest and Catalyst, which was formerly called ITV Fest, which are like 2 of the best series TV content festivals out there. And it did really well at both of them. I've been so busy with a couple other films that I really haven't had the full time to focus on making that into a show. But I have a great idea for it. That's for sure.
Yeah, it would be fun to see those two interact.
Yeah.
And keep that going and see what happens.
No, absolutely. I have tons of ideas for it that are like so many ways it can go. I'm just waiting for someone, who wants to like, just take it on pretty much. And also I thought about making just like the show, like a Black Mirror show, just like an anthology show with each chapter being like a different, about a different subject who like fits with the concept of like, ordinary people who come to realize that they can't die.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I have like a million different other ideas like for concepts in that world. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did check out your IMDb, and it looks like you have a ton of other stuff going on.
Yeah.
What else can we be looking for?
Well, I'm 1 month away from directing, and I'm producing it right now. Of course, like a movie called Bobcat More Ready. It's like a weight loss like drama journey being shot over the course of like a year. We're shooting the first half in a month. We have Vivica A. Fox attached for like the female lead, and a couple other stars signing on like right now. So that's pretty exciting. And then then right after that, I literally leave for the UK, where I'm going to be spending the rest of the year and then some. Doing like this is like my true passion from when I was a child, like a children's, like a live action children's fantasy film. It's Tammy Stronach. She's like the childlike empress from Neverending Story. It's her comeback movie. So it's sort of like in the vein of like Neverending Story, where Jim Henson's Creature Shop is making our puppets for us. And we have like Christopher Lloyd and Rhea Perlman and Sean Astin and Michael Emerson and a bunch of other actors who are going to be signing on to it. That's the first north of 7-figure movie that I am finally getting a chance to direct.
That's really great.
Yeah.
You sound really excited about that.
Super excited about it. Yeah. It's really fate, how it all worked out. Like my son's name is Bastion, and that happens to be like the name of the character and Neverending Story. Because like me and like Bastian's mother were really huge fans of that movie, and I met Tammy's husband Greg by chance, and like that's how the relationship started, and like I was the one who really influenced them to do a feature film. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so for everybody watching this, when and where can they see Immortal?
September 8th on video on demand, like everywhere, which includes like Spectrum, Fios, DirecTV, all of those like platforms. And if you don't have cable like many people these days, it's always going to be on like Amazon Prime for purchase or rental, iTunes as well. And then eventually it'll be like on like a TV cable, like Showtime, Cinemax Stars, one of those channels or more, as well as DVD. It's going to be on, and then eventually it'll be on like Netflix, Hulu, whatever. What people don't realize is if Netflix and Hulu don't like pick it up ahead of time to make the most out of like getting your money back, then you end on those big platforms as opposed to starting on them. So it's like a couple of years before hopefully it ends up on Netflix as opposed to starting on Netflix. Yeah.
Great. And so, and when people watch this movie,
yeah,
what do you want people to take away from this film?
I hope that they are in store for 4 twist endings that they didn't see coming. That all make them gasp. That's what I want. And hopefully the word of mouth spreads and they just tell their friends to go see it without ruining the 4, not 1, but 4 twist endings. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely didn't see the ending coming in Chelsea.
Oh, thank you. Cool.
At all.
Cool.
I think that's why it made it so great.
Cool. Thank you. Cool. Awesome. Good to know.
Yeah. So anything else you want the viewers to know?
No, just September 8th. Please save the date and check it out. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. So you guys, you heard it. It's September 8th, video on demand. And check out my review on take3filmcritic.com. And you guys, we got to watch for Rob because you've got a lot of stuff coming up. And so we got to keep your names, got to stay out there.
Thank you. I certainly will. I appreciate it.